Hello, our names are Andrea and Victoria, and we are doing a report on prenatal and sex education in Uganda, a teen pregnancy crisis. Intro. Our focus is on UN SDG number 4. It ensures quality education and promotes lifelong learning opportunities. 3 basic indicators of health are life expectancy at birth, maternal mortality ratio, and neonatal mortality rate. Overall health and economic status. Maternal mortality, 343 deaths per 100,000. Life expectancy is about 59 years. Neonatal is 19 deaths per 1,000 lives. Economic status, Uganda is considered a low-income country. Nature and magnitude. Every day, 15 women die in Uganda from pregnancy and childbirth-related causes. In a recent study, 94 babies were stillborn and 81 newborn babies died. This equated to 69,000 deaths in the year due to complications during pregnancy and childbirth. 1/4 of girls ages 15 to 19 have a baby and are pregnant in Uganda. Lack of education. In Uganda, there's a high prevalence of teenage pregnancy because of young people becoming sexually active before marriage, and because of the lack of adequate knowledge in sexual and reproductive health, but yet consider themselves grown up and mature enough to have sex. Young marital rates. The minimum age of marriage in Uganda is 18 for both girls and boys. But a girl can marry at 16 with parental consent, thus resulting in girls having babies younger. Nutrition. Poor maternal nutrition leads to low birth weight of babies. It also stunts child growth during adolescence. Affected population. Young girls in Uganda now have to carry a maternal burden. Young boys of Uganda have a financial burden to support their pregnant partners. Parents of the pregnant girls have to help out and support as well. Most affected and at risk. The most affected and at risk of this problem would be young girls living in the rural parts of Uganda. This is because the rural part is more impoverished and less educated. Risk factor. According to WHO, developing countries account for over 90% of maternal deaths, in which 3/5 occurs in sub-Saharan Africa, like Uganda. Risk factors continued. Some major causes of maternal deaths in Uganda are abortions, hemorrhages, eclampsia, and sepsis. And economic consequences. What are the social and economic consequences of the teen pregnancy crisis in Uganda? With more babies comes more responsibility. The young girls will now need more money and resources to provide food and shelter for their babies. Other consequences. The young girls' bodies will take a toll from giving birth at such a young age. A girl is no longer considered a child after giving birth and has to mature fast with little to no experience or education on child development. The big picture. Since early marriage is a normal thing in Uganda, girls having babies is nothing new. Families are affected if the father of the newborn babies run away. This leaves the teenage mother to figure out and provide for their children on their own. The big picture continued. Communities are affected because now they are burdened with seeing and dealing with poor young mothers and their families living on the streets in tents because they cannot afford to live anywhere else. Economic implications on families. Babies are expensive. The parents being teenagers will no longer be able to return back to school because they will have to work and provide for their children. This leaves the family stuck in a poor financial state, no longer able to educate themselves and move forward in life. Economic implications on communities. When girls don't finish school, they cannot find decent work or fulfill their potential. This disables whole communities and countries to rise out of poverty. Action Plan. How do we fix this teen pregnancy crisis in Uganda? Education is key.
Major causes of teenage pregnancy is a lack of education. Parents in schools often fail to discuss sexuality and health with their children. Uganda has the highest level of teenage pregnancy with over 25 pregnancies registered every year. According to UNICEF, approximately 35% of girls drop out of school because of marriage and 23% because of early pregnancy.
It's important for schools to step in and give knowledge and education to young girls. Due to lack of information, young girls find themselves in different situations. Prevention programs that could be successful are services such as tutoring and career counseling, along with sex education class and health services. Why education? Sex education and prenatal education to be exact. There will always be teen pregnancy, but at least with the right education, the people of Uganda will have a better chance at not only lowering the teen pregnancy rate, but also fighting maternal and neonatal death rates. If people in high-income countries lend a hand out to those in need and send educators over, this could help improve the overall health in Uganda. Simple things like a dietitian giving nutritional facts for pregnant women could change the whole outcome of babies successfully being born healthy. Why education continued. Making sex ed classes along with contraceptives taught from the classes not only available, but a priority for children of Uganda will help fight teen pregnancy rates. Sustainability addressed. Going back to education, young women need to be educated to know that there is more to life than getting married and having children in Uganda. Sustainability addressed continued. Girls who get educated will become the message. They will become ambassadors not just of Uganda's development, but of the Global Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to eliminate poor health and poverty everywhere. How it will be successful. Rolling out sex education classes and prenatal classes will only be successful if the people of Uganda want to listen and make the classes a priority. They will have to make the classes available to children before the age of 9, because there are records of girls getting pregnant by the age of 10. The sooner the people of Uganda have knowledge about sex education, including contraceptives and prenatal care, the better off they'll be. Barriers. A barrier of fixing the teen pregnancy crisis will be stopping young marriages. Like mentioned before, marriage is legal at the age of 16 as long as the parents give consent. Barriers. Another barrier would be expecting well-off countries to offer their help. Sending out their own educators could be tough, but it is possible.